Rather than Manchester United are back in action after a little European jaunt in the midweek, and we've got Newcastle away. Now, Newcastle are in strong form, sitting fifth in the table. They have got a game in hand. They are pushing for European qualification, and they're coming off a pretty historic season for them, obviously winning a bit of silverware for the first time in 70 years by picking up the League Cup last month. First major trophy as a club in 70 years, and they have been unbeaten since then. Isak will be the key threat, leading the line, 20 goals this season. Anthony Gordon's fitness is a concern for them due to a groin injury. And Howe has made Newcastle very tough to break down, especially at home where they've lost only 4 times this season. United, in contrast, are struggling. We are languishing in the bottom half of the table. This season has been one of inconsistencies marked by that recent 2-2 Europa League draw against Lyon, where we were... Onana cost us, I think it's safe to say. But United have started to look better. Unfortunately for us, we haven't beaten Newcastle away in our last 3 league visits, and it's been a lack of physicality and attacking cohesion which has cost us, and it's the same sort of things which I think could be exposed for us tomorrow. Now, Newcastle do play in a 4-3-3 that is pretty steady whether or not they've got the ball, and it does adjust slightly game by game. When building out from the back, it looks like a 4-3-3. You will see the back 4 spread out and one midfielder dropping in deep. Very symmetrical, very systematic. Eddie Howe likes a calm build-up from the back. He likes the short passes. He likes to pull opponents forward and into that space. Centre-halves do spread wide. The midfielder then acts as a link between the defence and midfield. The other 2 midfielders do get to push up and try and find gaps in between the opposition line. And they're known for quite a strong press, and they press strongly in and through the middle of the pitch. And you'll see that 4-3-3 adapt slightly into a 4-5-1, and then it'll adapt even further into a bit of a 4-4-2 shape when defending, aiming to try and win the ball centrally rather than deep in the opponent's half. They're not going to relentlessly press you whenever and wherever you've got the ball. They will allow you to come into the middle third before they try and engage. They're very good at stealing the ball quite high up, but it's not something that they'll relentlessly just chase into your own box and chase down your keeper and chase down your centre-halves. There will be a bit of an invisible line that they wait for you to cross, and then you cross it, they'll engage you. Now, Howe likes to focus his attack on both quick moves and seizing chances. The team uses width with wingers and also fullbacks teaming up to try and overload defenders in that wide channel. They will look to catch out fullbacks. They will often have the striker dropping back to help in midfield. They like to switch play to attack those areas. And they mix practicality with energy. They don't tend to hold the ball for too long. They average 51, 52% possession. They prefer to go a little bit more direct with it. They like to attack in straight lines. They're not going to tend to have long spells of passing and positional titivations, and that makes them very dangerous on the break. They will use a bit of a mid block to stop you, and then they will try and turn that ball around nice and quickly. Their physical edge and effort all over the pitch against United back in December highlights the sort of trouble that they can cause teams if they lack unity and if they don't match physicality. And that is my worry going into this game, that United don't quite have the unity and certainly don't have the physicality to match them. And the biggest threat for Newcastle is Aleksandar Isak all day long. One of the best strikers in world football, 20 league goals this season. He's got pace, he's got driving, dribbling ability, he strikes the ball. You know, he can even head it. He's got fantastic box movement. He's got everything. He is a complete striker, and he's undoubtedly the number 1 on the worry list. Now, as always, this matchday special is brought to you by Hollywood Bets. United travel to St James's Park looking to restore more than just pride in what is a difficult campaign. No European football on the cards as things stand for United unless we go on and win the Europa League. So Amrim's men are simply trying to finish as strong as possible and maybe try and get some momentum in the back end of the season, and maybe be a bit of a spoiler against the Newcastle side that are very much in the European mix. Now, this week's bet boost is Newcastle versus United double chance. So United to win or draw is what we're going for. We're going for both teams to score, and we're going for over 2.5 match goals. If you like the idea of that, then this bet has been boosted from 3.5 to 1 to 4.5 to 1. So a tenner on that could win you 55 quid back. And if you'd like to get involved in claiming that bet boost, all you got to do is click the link in the description. If you are new to Hollywood Bets, then you can create an account and take advantage of their excellent new customer offers, which are also linked in the description. And please remember, odds are subject to change. You must be over 18 to participate, and football is unpredictable. So this bet is designed to enhance your viewing experience, and certainly no guarantee of a win. For more information on responsible gaming, please check out begambleaware.org. The 11 that I've gone for this game is Onana in net. I just don't think it makes sense to be swapping him out at the moment. A back three of Mazraoui, Yoro, and Maguire. And then Delo, Ugarte, Casemiro, Dorgu. And I would love to swap him out for somebody else. I just don't think it's going to happen. With Bruno and Mount either side of Xerxes. And I would like to see Mainu coming off the bench again. Probably for Casemiro late in the game. But I think that's got to be the team that United go with. Now, as always, how do United win this? You've got to start with vulnerability and in their pace on the transition. Newcastle's defence is strong and it's quite aggressive. But at times, outside of Livramento, it can lack a little bit of pace. And sometimes spaces open up. If they lose the ball, especially if their backline is high or the fullbacks have got giddy, they can be good in the air, but they do struggle against quick runners and through balls, cutting through the gaps. United could use quick attacks, decent through balls, early through balls that can try and catch Newcastle out. A striker dropping in, dragging a defender with him, like a Xerxes maybe, getting on the turn, maybe Bruno overlaps, maybe you find Dorgu in a little bit of space. That could work, right? That could absolutely work. There's a bit of an over-reliance on set pieces and crosses. If they're not breaking you down, like if they're not scoring from that, they do struggle to break you down a little bit. They rely heavily on that. 5 goals of theirs since December, have been from set plays. It's crosses and set plays. Their open play chances are pretty average. They get about 4.7 shots per game on target. If United defend the box well, and we're better against the aerial threats that Newcastle like, which is why I think Harry Maguire is going to be a decent asset for us, we should be all right. You take away one of those, you take away one of their biggest threats. So you deal with those, you deal with the biggest threats. A nice compact defence could really block Newcastle's direct play, forcing them onto the weaker pass-heavy attacks as they don't excel with those sorts of things, and they'll have to break the teams down. Midfield, because it presses hard, opens up loads and loads of spaces. So there are spaces in behind if the press fails. The deep midfielder does move around. The others push up. That means he's vulnerable, so you can get at him. For United, match winner, I do believe, could be Leny Yoro. He's going to have his hands full dealing with Isak, but he is the one that can put a clamp on him and match him for pace. So that's what we're going to want to do. A matchup between those two could be very exciting, and it's a big opportunity for Leny Yoro, who's rounding into some nice form, to try and assert himself and let everybody know how good he is. No pressure, kid. Let me know how you see this game going in the comments below, and I'll catch you lot in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.